The controls are right there, so I can't miss turning on and off my microphone. Sometimes I am capable of thinking. It's not often, but it's happened. So welcome to the show. This is the Bootleg Cookie live stream where I will be drawing this week's Bootleg Cookie entry. Complain. I have water with me today. I haven't had the tea or Kool-Aid in a long time. Mostly because I'm thirsty for water. And when you're neurodivergent and you're thirsty for something, you're going to be thirsty for that same thing every day for a couple months. Oh, hi Coco. You're here early. I'm not complaining. Quite the opposite, in fact. What's shaking? Thankfully, not me. I'm still stable. But I will not remain that way if I don't moisturize the brain a little bit. I washed my entire head before I got online. Trying to look like halfway decent. Oh, Filtrated Lion, hi! Oh, it's so nice to see you guys. Well, your icons. I'm in a good mood. I pissed off somebody again this week. Let's go to the comments. I have Cherry Coke Zero today. Nice! Not a fan of Coke. I don't mind Coke, but there's like 2 Cokes. And if YouTube or Twitch are personally watching this stream right now, like and subscribe. I mean Coca-Cola. Not sponsored. Because there's like the good Coke and then that weird Coke that tastes like dishwater in Ontario for some reason. Not all their Cokes taste like that, but the ones that I've been drinking it's been years now since I was allowed to afford to go on a plane. On airplanes and at Toronto airport. I don't know what's wrong with the Coke over there. I missed last week's stream. It's okay. That's why we got archives. That's why we record. That's why we enregistre these shows. Not everybody can make it for 1 p.m. It is my only time free in this jail that is my basement. Self-inflicted jail, mind you. But, so yeah. If you guys remember, or if you follow in my social media, I have participated in a show called PanCon for the Questionnaire podcast. And the theme was superheroes in Toriyama style. And everybody else, of course, drew his Dragon Ball Z and Beyond style, which I am not going to shit on because it's a very fun style too. I like Cherry Pepsi Zero as well. You know, I never really tried anything beyond, like, regular Pepsi, the green one. It's not a different flavor, it's a Pepsi Next. There we go, Pepsi Next. And, Pepsi Throwback. Throwback is my favorite. It doesn't give me headaches if I drink too many. And I had decided to draw the entire main cast of the TMNT, like, you know, Leo, Raph, Dawn, Mikey, and Splinter in the Dr. Slump style. Woke up on Friday. Let's go get the comment. Because it's at the top of course. I wake up on Friday and I have somebody who didn't like it. Oh no, whatever shall we do? And they write, those character designs are horrendous. And I thought their Rotten MNT, that's Rise of the, designs were bad. They are so out of proportion. And I'm like... You know what I'm getting? I'm getting vibes from that one guy who got mad because he couldn't to one of my drawings that was titled Kamen Rider Lady, and it was just a girl in a bodysuit with a helmet shaped like a dragonfly. And he got mad because I said, well, I'm not gonna change her for you, basically. And he said, well, your art sucks, and I bet that motorcycle is traced. And if you actually bother to read the description on that piece, I traced the motorcycle. So yeah, duh! Same goes here. These characters are so out of proportion. Raphael is the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, and Splinter is the size of a toaster. To paraphrase Kabi, but I'm petty as fuck. So not only did I reply, thank you, that's exactly what I was going for, because it's Dr. Slump style. I went ahead and drew Dr. Slump Shredder. So of course they're not subscribed. What a surprise, so I didn't come back to see that beautiful work of art. And people have been like fav bombing Shredder as much as they did the TMNT. So yeah, right there. I'm getting 2 more favs as we speak. And Shredder is now up to 179, which is a lot lower than the horrendous character design of the TMNT at 1.1k. But like, what exactly do people that comment stuff like that expect me to do? I need to see this drawing. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna open them real quick on my screen, and then we're going to... There you go. We're going to take a quick look. Because I'm gonna move this over here, and we are going to switch to my screen so we can see the horrendous character design. Yeah, therein lies the problem. I think y'all will forgive me for catching a moment of the giggles. When I mean, these are so out of proportion. Yes, correct. That was the plan. I mean, literally, look at Splinter down here. Look at him. He's a head on feet. He barely has more mass than Krang. And of course I've been telling people, look at this comment that I got. And people are like, oh, ignore them, your art is great. Yes, thank you, I know my art is great. But I can't ignore that. That's like ignoring piss medals. I will explain piss medal in a second. For those who don't know. I am getting a lot of laughing mileage out of comments like that. Because, like, yeah, you're right. What's your point? And, like I said, because I am petty and I like to do things out of spite, here's Shredder. Somebody commented on that one. We know it's you, Yajirobe. The design is amazing, to be honest. It does give me the giggles. Yeah, see? I don't do drawings like that so people can stroke my ego and tell me, oh my god, I am the next Dolly or something like that. These are what I call shit posts, because I just draw them just for the fun of it. Like, we are not going for Michelangelo the sculptor anatomy here. Clearly. But Yeah, there's a poll on my Divine Art right now. See if people would want Bebop and Rocksteady in this style. So far I got 7 votes, so that's nice. Somebody actually requested I do it, but they did it politely, so I'm considering it. It's not that hard to be polite. I know I'm not a good example on that, but usually the people I'm not polite to, they were not polite to me first. And to people that would complain, Shiro, you're the adult in this situation, because I went to see their art. So, first of all, rich for somebody that draws the way they draw. But, secondly, thank you. That looks really good, thank you. Secondly, they're clearly a kid. They're very clearly a kid. So, to people who will complain, Shiro, you're the adult here, they're a kid. You should be the bigger person. I am 5'2". I cannot physically be the bigger person in this situation, or in any situation. Nice shredder, thank you. And for those wondering, there's like 3 million filters on that, and it's really just a thing of observation. If we go to my sub view, which is where I keep my references, clearly, I used very obvious reference. This is basically Superman hiding under Shredder's armor. The way I get this stuff done is basically you're going through a lot of observation. It's a lot of observation, not just practice. If you don't know how to observe your reference, yeah, it's gonna look all weird. and it's hard to explain observation, really, because you can't really teach it. You can just say, just look at your reference. But the idea is, like, to absorb the reference, not just focus on one detail at a time, but to really look at the ensemble, if you will forgive my French. And of course this is a JPEG, so I'm gonna yoink. And of course I had an actual shredder to get the colors and designs and stuff like that. So I'm going to close these real quick. And I am going to open, there he is without any filters, but what I'm going to show you, doink, 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 I'm going somewhere with this. There we go. You can't just eyeball. It's good to have some construction lines under it. Of course, there's not all the construction lines, because to me, this is a pretty quote-unquote natural style. But you can't just eyeball, like, okay, I'm going to draw the helmet, and then I'm going to draw the eyes. No, you have to draw the head, then wrap the helmet over it. You know what I mean? There are steps here. There are steps to be taken. And then I clean up. Of course, if this was a more involved drawing, then you would see actual, like, separation between knee and calf, and... But we're not about that shit here today. This is Bootleg Cookie. You guys have seen me sketch Bootleg Cookies a couple times. It is blue spaghetti the entire way. But yeah, I pissed off somebody this week and I'm entertained. So, piss metal. I said I was going to explain it for those who don't know. I had decided that I was going to replay a bunch of old games that I love that are available on the Switch. And whenever possible, either through the Nintendo Online system or the remakes, because the Super Nintendo version of the Nintendo Online service doesn't offer European versions of their games. Therefore, I have no access to either the French or the Spanish. I was going to play several games that I love in Spanish to help practice, because that is how I learn my English. Through a lot of SNES RPGs. Surprisingly, I don't make more typos, seeing as SNES RPGs were all translated at the same time in the same 2 weeks by Ted Woolsey. Oh, our Lord and Master. So, the deadlines were a little mean on him. I was checking my Facebook memories. I do believe it was yesterday that I found it. And like, one of the worst examples is in Breath of Fire 2, where like you go to the fusing chamber and they ask you, do you want to fuse? If you say yes, it cancels. If you say no, you go to the fusing room. And one of the areas in there is called Thieves' Tomb, but the area written in the menu, because you have a window in the corner of the menu that tells you where you are, says Thieves' Tomb. So yeah. Very, very tight deadlines and limited character space will give you that. So I was playing Paper Mario 64 on Nintendo Online in Spanish. And there were some words that I just didn't understand because, well, I'm not perfectly bilingual. I understand Spanish a lot more than it comes out of me. Therefore, here I was. I had just gotten the Shrink Stomp, and we were speaking of character limits. In Spanish, it's called, if I'm not mistaken on the pronunciation, I need to check that out on Google eventually, Pisoton encoger, which means shrink stomp, basically. I know that now. Now, because of character limitation, it was shortened down to Piz for Pisoton encoger. So, take out my phone and I scan it using the Google Translate app for images. And sometimes it has little hiccups. So what you do is you scan what you want to read, you take a picture, and then you look down. And the Shrink Stomp badge got translated to the Piss medal. The Piss encoder medal. Literally, P-I-S-S. Piss. I laughed at one for a long time. Now, you be damn sure I used the Piss medal for the rest of the game. Yeah! And then I showed that to my friend Edge, and he was like, when you have trouble translating in Spanish, you come to me. And I was like, yeah, I come to you and miss out on Piss medal? At the time I was playing, like, we have an entire country apart in time zones. So by the time I was playing, he was probably, like, getting up, having breakfast, you know? So eventually, I would like to make a, like, it would be a really inside joke, but make a pin that's a pink boot that says Piss medal. Nobody understands it, but the people that actually follow me on social media would be like, haha, funny. Everybody else in the world. We got 4 people now, so how about we actually get started on why we're There was a lot of laughing about piss metal and people that are not happy that I don't draw perfect anatomy every single time I draw. It's okay, Shiro, your art is great. No, I know my art is great. I'm laughing because that is mild as fuck for a comic. Oh no, my out of proportion characters are out of proportion. And here we have Dad with his eyes wide open, which never happens in real life. This is a fun thing about the sketching period. You can just, if you're the one that's going to be doing the penciling and the inking and stuff like that, you can be as messy as you want. Unless you have a partner that really understands your spaghetti, you know? I wanted to paint this weekend. Hello everyone, hope you're all well. Hi Paul! Oh, you just missed out. You just missed out on somebody complaining about my art and me laughing my ass off. And piss metal. Yeah, I wanted to paint, but at the same time I didn't really want to, because I am waiting on a new set of paint. Not the one that we're currently trying to afford, but a new set, the granulating color set from Kuretake, because I'm a little Kuretake ho. But like it's more affordable than the set that I've got on the screen right now. So there's that. I'm in a great mood. And usually I'm always in a great mood when I'm streaming. Like I need to be in a really, really foul mood not to stream, you know? What does that say about the rest of the week? Shut up. I'm busy working on DNI stuff. DNI? That's do not interact. That too! What's the acronym for when I'm not supposed to show stuff in public just yet? Yeah, I should be getting the new colors this week. What are we now? We are the 21st, I believe? Yes. Wednesday. They're supposed to be here Wednesday. And usually, knock on wood, Amazon stuff shows up a day early here where I live. So here's hoping, because I have ideas for these paints. Are they good ideas? We'll know when we get there. Pretty sure they are. Because as I keep saying during my streams that I need to experiment more with my colors. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I didn't announce it because honestly I kind of got like ADHD overwhelmed. I released the I don't want to say speed paint because I took my time. Time lapse, there we go, time lapse of the Ginsu Force drawing on YouTube. That's 5 whole minutes. And I put music on it. If only because, one, I don't really like silent videos. And it's not really like I was talking. It's not like I was recording my voice or anything through the time-lapse recording implanted into Clip Studio. But also to spite that one guy that watched one of my videos and went, "Great review! Please do not use music." So now I'm going to use a lot more music. And by now I mean for like the past year, because that comment's been there a while. Shiro, you're kind of a dick. Yeah, thanks for noticing. There! This works better when you actually know what you're doing, and half the time I don't. Professional comic artist! Oh, I never know what I'm doing. That's half the fun, honestly. Because I'm always in a state of, I wonder what will happen if I do this. And does the granulating colors. See? It all goes together. It's all part of the master plan. Not that there's anything wrong with wanting to do like serious pieces and you want to be taken seriously for those pieces. But just like anything, you don't want to be serious all the time. Then it's not going to be fun. And I'm sorry, but I am a firm believer, like, even if you're feeling serious when you're doing a piece, you should have fun when you're drawing, is what I'm saying. On a related note, Did any of you try any AI image generation software? I will not hate you. I will not kick you out. I would just like to know if you did and what your opinion of it is. That is literally all. There is no shame here. This is purely curiosity. It is related to what I was saying about having fun. My dad is slowly turning into Xiaoran from Card Captor. I have not tried it. Yeah, don't. Do not recommend. Oh wow, I lost 2 viewers just with that. I just watched them drop like... See, this is why I'm really bad at taking criticism, because this is my reaction. But yeah. Because there's a lot of AI bros that complain. And that we should at least try it before shitting on it. And you guys know me. If there's a gimmick, I have to at least give it an honest try. And yes, I know about it stealing other people's art. I used it as a point of experimenting. I have absolutely no plan and no need and no feel of using it to polish up my art. I can learn to do that on my own, thank you. But, I'm asking because I need to know if somebody actually tried it and actually finds it fun, because that was the most boring game of Cookie Clicker I've ever played. And I've never played Cookie Clicker. Like, I have some awfully repetitive games on my phone. Like, I've got Cozy Knitting, where you separate colors. And I've got Ball Sort, where you do the exact same goddamn thing. I've got Solitaire, I've got Mahjong, which actually have some sort of playability to it. But, like, literally, like, I tried 2, okay? I tried the Divine Arts Dream Up, and I tried, I believe it's called Akuma.io, which was completely free at the time, but I think now they really want you to sign up for an account at least. One is text only, and the other one is text, and you doodle on the side to guide it. And, like, it speeds up the process. No, it does not! I had the idea in my mind, and I ran it through both, and then, like, I described it as best as I could, and this was me for like 20 minutes afterwards in both. Click, 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 click. That's me re-rendering the image. Click, 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 until it looks like something close to what I wanted. Click, 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 and it never happened. Click, click, click. And for those that say, well, it's just like photography, you just click. Yeah. If you take a phone and then you aim and then you click, that doesn't make you a photographer. If the photo comes out good, that makes you really lucky. If you're an actual photographer and you take a phone, then you're going to be changing the settings in it, and then you're going to be manually adjusting the zoom, if that's possible. I don't know, I never tried to manually adjust the zoom. But you're going to decide if you want to flash or not. You're going to place stuff in, you know what I mean. You actually put effort in it. And I remember thinking while I was clicking, this would be so much faster if I drew it myself. Non, mais c'est parce que ça finit plus. Of course, I say do not recommend because honestly, it was boring as hell, but like if you want to experiment, at least just to see if it's as good as AI bros claim, you know, so you have an informed opinion, I don't blame you guys, but personally, me, I don't see the hype. But it's so pretty! Oh yeah, it's so pretty when one hand looks like this. Or when the hair melts together. Yeah, it'll be better in the future. Well, good for you. In the meantime, I'll be practicing so I'm also better in the future. Not just that. Between you and me, guys, I am so freaking sick of seeing like those super polished anime and or Pixar type pictures everywhere. And I only mean super polished because, like I said, they still got all those really glaring mistakes. Some of them is hard to tell, but at the same time, like, you got that uncanny valley feeling like ick. Do I risk getting cancelled for saying that I tried AI image generation? Yeah. Is it gonna make a big difference in my career? Not really. But you guys know I love me a gimmick, so I gotta try gimmicks. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. That's barely a gimmick, it's just cookie clicking. That's it, you write a little bit on tap touche and then you click and you click and you click, hoping you get something you want. Oh, it's gonna be polished. The rendering is gonna look great. The actual subject. Yeah, that's a beautiful seventh thumb growing out of your knuckle right here, Supergirl. Yeah. And now you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Now that came to mind because I read a new AI based post this morning on Shitter, and that corporations were hiring prompters, but when the art director was asking them for specific changes to the images they would output, they would come back the next day with completely different stuff. Like to a point that the AI generator was rendering out people when, like, it was for a background and you're not supposed to have people there because it's an animation. So having static people, you don't really want that. And then they were like, just take out the people, just take out the people. And like, I would need this to be like a slightly different angle. Look here, the depth perception is not good. The perspective needs to be tweaked a little bit, and they couldn't do that because they couldn't apply stylus to tablet and stuff like that. They didn't know how to do the manual edits that the art director was asking for. Long story short, the prompters were all fired. Because sure, you can get variations of the same, multiple variations of the same image. Badly done, but you can. And like I was saying last time, somebody after I talked about my experience with AI image generation, somebody asked me, yeah, but you can get like 100 variations of the same idea. And I was like, that just sounds like you don't know what you want. And then I started thinking about people that literally cannot imagine what they want. Like, it's an actual thing. I don't know if it's neurological or something like that, but they can't they don't have images in their heads of what they want. But at the same time, if you need 100 variations to pick from, that's not you having a neurological problem. That's you being an asshole. That's you saying, I want a dog. You get 100 pictures of different breeds of dogs. And some of them have like 5 legs. But yeah, what is you guys' opinions on AI image generation? Even after what all I just said, would you still try it? Like, if only for the experience, okay? Not as a replacement for drawing yourself, you know? Like, just to see what happens, just to experiment, because we all know even the ethical ones are trained on non-ethical images. It cannot be helped, sadly enough. I want to hear you guys speak. Not a fan, but I'd like to try it only once. See? So yeah, there's the free one on DeviantArt, and then there's Akuma.io. But make sure you don't have to pay anything or on the Akuma one, because like I said, when I tried it, they just let me try it. When I went back to take a look-see at the UI, they wanted me to log in, and I was like, eh. So make sure they don't ask you for information, especially monetary information. Because it would be a little hypocritical of me to get mad at people for experimenting with it when I experimented with it myself. I just did not care for it, and that's me putting it politely. Because, like, it's no secret in my harder work, I use a lot of downloaded assets from the asset store. I use 3D models to help me pose the stuff because I have terrible depth perception problems. I can't really see it correctly in real life. It's hard to explain, but my eyes are fucked up. As Mr. Crab once said, you won't get a cent out of me. Exactly. And I use like a 3D plane to try and help me force myself to see perspective, because trying to use the perspective ruler, it's not working. But the way to cheat that is to use a 3D layer in Clip Studio, a blank 3D layer, because then your lines will snap to the grid, and that helps. Yeah, but like, I am so into experimenting with art. I would love to get my hands on some duotone/duoshade paper. It's got both names, but I got specified because duotone, quote unquote, still exists as a term, but they use it more for like the next step to monochrome. That must make sense, what I just said. Knowing full well that the chemicals can give me cancer. But I still want to try it. It got discontinued a long time ago, and do you think I can find any on eBay or stuff like that? No, of course not. Screen tone, no problem. There's like tons of eBay listings that it's people getting rid of old screen tone stock, and it's like $70 for about this much, but it's used. Oh, big deal. I saw the pictures. You used this much of a corner. Boo-hoo. Gimme. But can I find duotone duoshade? No. If I ever find out there's an art museum out there that has some in their archives, we are planning a break-in. I don't understand. It didn't take anything. There's just a doodle of a Ninja Turtle head on there on the duo shade paper. I don't know. I do not encourage or condone breaking into a museum just to use an art supply. Okay? But I am allowed to have a little bit of dark humor. Bon. Like and subscribe. Well, let's have a little sip and then we're going to pencil. I'm past 200 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know how I did that. Because I get like teeny tiny feedback, so I don't know, I seem to attract really shy people. fellow artists in the chat. Are you easily discouraged when somebody doesn't like your art? Spoiler alert, I'm not, but I want to know. And why do you think that is, that you're easily discouraged? We are asking the dark questions this week. I mean, I'm cheating. I am stubborn as fuck. But you guys, if you're easily discouraged, tell me why the opinion of some dude on the internet, because usually it's always a dude. I don't know why, but with me, it's always dudes. It's always white dudes. I don't know why. You're one to talk, you're white too. Skin tone, yeah. Genetically, I'm Native. I'm Native American. The thing is, I've developed a mild allergy to the sun. That honestly I've always had, so I can't tan. My pappy was as white as me, and he would tan like bright red. And it was literally the color of his tan. He was not sunburnt. I used to be when I was younger because I would get picked on in school, and now I could care less. Yes, exactly. See what Lion just said? Do that. Well, not the getting picked on as an adult there. Because I've been picked on a lot as a kid too. But if there's one thing I know how to do right is draw. And like, I had to handle that as a kid. So do you really think as an adult I am going to give you the satisfaction of me going, oh my god, this person thinks my art is bad. What am I gonna do? The fuck am I gonna do? Oh no, somebody doesn't like my art. Boo. The only individuals that I want to see happy about my drawings are the ones who ask me for them. Well, there you go. And then again, my goal is even lower. Like, the bar is low. Am I happy with the drawing? Yes, good enough. And the thing is, people that shit on your art for no reason, they also always turn around when they do decide to reply to you. Because I am very, very, very petty in my replies, and they go, you can't handle criticism. That is not criticism. That, what you just said is not criticism. That is bullshit. That's two completely different things. Oh, I'm hearing little pitter-patter. Hi, Lily. Hello. She's under the desk. For those who don't know, Lily is the family's little Maltese. She is currently in her Ewok era. She's gonna get trimmed soon. But yeah, why would I bother trying to please somebody who does not want to be pleased, you know? Because this is the internet. There's always going to be people out there that are going to be crabby just to be crabby. And that is not the energy that I want to project into the world. Like, I worked retail. There are people out there that just want to have a bad time. It's normal to not be confident when you're young. Because you don't know what's going on. One minute you're playing with your ponies, and the other one suddenly puberty sets in, and you're supposed to do all this stuff, and what the hell is going on? And then image is everything. Because if you're not popular, you're going to get picked on. And it can take a lot of work to get that out of your system. That constant feeling of, I gotta be popular, I gotta please everybody. Plus, when you're raised AFAB, you're told, like, from the moment you're born, you have to be nice, you have to be prim, you have to accept everything, you have to support people, you have to be the cornerstone, you have to be the support pillar, you don't have to be shit! Do what makes you happy as long as it's legal and doesn't hurt anybody. Unless it's tattooing, then yes, you will hurt somebody, but they pay you for it, so yeah. For the record, I do have a tattoo. The guy did not hurt me, honestly. The tattoo tickled the hell out of me, and I did my best not to laugh the entire 45 minutes. No, I will not show the tattoo. I am trying not to get banned from Twitch, thank you very much. For those wondering why I draw my teeth like that, is because of my buck teeth. It's very crooked. What you gonna do about it? If my teeth bother you, feel free to finance a pair of braces. That's how I think about it. You gotta hate with your wallet. Ooh, sorry guys. You guys are not boring. I was just up since 7:30. And I needed to schedule a couple posts, so I didn't want to go back to sleep. And I didn't want to risk waking back up at like 10. Why don't you put an alarm? Because if I put an alarm, then I'm guaranteed to wake up exhausted. I have to wake up naturally because I'm a delicate little flower. Every time I wonder if I should be streaming more, I always get more work put on me. I know I don't want to be streaming when I game. I want gaming to remain a hobby. Drawing is still a hobby to me, despite it also being what I do to work. And so far so good. I've been doing this for 20 years plus. I am still not sick of drawing. And I want it to remain that way. But I don't want video games to be part of my hustle. I am almost done with Ni no Kuni 2. Literally, the last side quest I have to do is to finish the Midnight Garden. I'm down to the last, I'm pretty sure it's part of a DLC. I'm down to the last boss, and I managed to get his HP down to half, but he absolutely destroyed me. And I'm sure if I didn't have a limit on my items in battle, I would have had him just with patience and constant rehealing. But you know what? Instead, I am just going to be grinding in the Solaceum, though I think it's possible I don't get XP in the Solaceum, but I can always grind in the Labyrinth. But yeah, I was checking my list of side quests yesterday and noticed I was missing 2. And I was like, how could I miss 2? I know I've talked to everybody. I have every single citizen and everything. And turns out, those 2 quests were hidden behind items that you craft at your weapon shop. Like, you literally get 0 hints that they even exist. Like, they would just show up out of frickin' nowhere after you randomly decide to build these two items. So yeah, if you guys ever decide to play Ni no Kuni 2, once you get the weapon shop, don't be shy and build shit, you know? Because at the end of the game, you are going to be drowning in resources. So might as well, you know? And Lily is sick of my shit, and she is going back upstairs. Lily is not a gamer. Boo, Lily! I've been wanting to try and push my colors more. What are you guys wanting to push? At least this week, artistically wise. Do, 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 do. I put that on the pencil layer. I'm an idiot, and that's okay. I'm designing themed rooms for long-term care homes. Oh! Well, that's gonna be much nicer than beige, that's for sure. Can I ask what some of the themes are that you're planning? And of course, you know me, I'm gonna want to see pictures. While we wait, I remember that once we were able to get Nana into a home, like the whole family pitched in so she would get something nice. And that just makes me think that Nana was a pretty great person if, like, all her kids, all her living kids, all 12 of them got together to help her. Now that's what I call a good mom, you know? Like, that woman passed away proud. And in her sleep, because if she had been awake when death arrived, there would have been a fight. I'm laughing, but let's be honest, that was a very, very strong woman. I can't just say headstrong because even at 93 years old, you get hugged by that. Something cracks, and it's not her. Roy Rogers, 1950s paper dolls and Sears. Oh, that is so cool. Sears wish books are some themes so far. Oh, that is cool. That is so cool. Because I know what 1950s paper dolls look like. The colors are going to be gorgeous. Sears wish book. Oh, I'm pretty sure. I'm not convinced, but I'm pretty sure we still have the last one somewhere. If not the Sears wish book, at least the Canadian Tire one. That was fun, though. Every Christmas time I would grab the wish book. Like, right up until Sears closed, I would grab the wish book and circle anything that I liked. Not because I wanted a lot of shit, but because by circling a lot of shit, my parents could then pick and choose what fit best the budget, you know? Like, let's say I circled a specific type of slippers, then they would know, oh, Shiro needs slippers. Let's see if we can get some locally without having to order out of the catalog. Like, at no point did I circle like half of the toys in the wish list, in the wish book, thinking I'm going to get all those toys. There was no way in hell. But in my head, I was giving them options, you know? I think that now I'm like even more of an asshole with my Christmas list because I give my parents the exact link to what I want. But in this case now, it's in a desperate attempt of having them save money by not buying me stuff I'm not going to use. Because Mom likes to get me her supplies, the problem is she gets them from Wish. And it's not me being difficult because I do have stuff that I got from Wish. Come here, you. From Mom that works perfectly well. My issue is when she starts getting into the paints and the inks. Like, I still have that box metallic watercolors. Well, if you have a box of metallic watercolors, why do you try to get another one financed right now on the throne? Well, two things. The obvious one. The paints smell exactly like Parmesan. So might as well say that they smell like feet. It's distracting, and honestly, it makes me heartsick trying to work with them. Secondly, because they're from Wish, the quality varies between colors. Like a good watercolor metallic paint will be a lot more opaque. And some of these are literally just mica mixed with like a really bad bonding agent that I don't know what it is because I have no access to the ingredients. That once you put it on paper, the mica powder disperses in the water. And that's when you realize that it's not as concentrated as it looks in the box. Like, you expect some dispersion, yes, but not to the point that the color outright disappears. And some colors are like a white base, or at least a transparent base, mixed in with the mica powder. So when you put it down, well, you get a chalky finish. On the other hand, some of them are a tinted base mixed in with a generic silver mica powder. So what happens when you put them down? The tint itself is likely to evaporate or simply don't show up if it's a darker paper. And then when you're left with the shine, everything shines the exact same silver. So that's what's going on. That's why I'm getting a brand name metallic paint financed through my Tron account. There is always a method behind the madness, you know? I have some very choice words about Wish, but I will keep it to myself out of respect. I'm already pushing my luck with the way I cuss on these, so thank you for the respect. But Mom is like addicted to Wish. So yeah. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but no more! Now we're gonna have a little sippy sippy. Personally, if I gotta drop ship, I go on AliExpress. This stream is not sponsored by AliExpress. But like for those of you that know that I've been dabbling a little bit in figure customization, I got my bases and a lot of supplies off of AliExpress. And it's the quality you expect. Like Fig Marisa has a weak right arm, the elbow is very loose, and Nendoroid Risa has a very weak right knee, and that leg has a tendency to fall off really easily when I change her clothes. I mean, some people like the site, but I've had nothing but bad encounters with them, so yeah. Well, yeah, perfectly valid. Perfectly valid. Like I said, I'm less Wish and more AliExpress. It's basically the same thing, mind you. But I'm the type to keep the bar, like, really low. Eventually, I would like to get some official Figma and Nendoroid bases, because I got the cheap ones, in case I did not like customizing figures. So if I gotta spend money, I'm going to spend less. And the thing is, with Kuretake paints, I actually have a whole bunch of their sets. I don't have them all, but I have a whole bunch. And I know how these work because I've been working with them a good couple of times. They don't work exactly like watercolors. They're a little bit more opaque on the first application, so if you really want something watercolory, you gotta water them down a lot more than actual watercolors, is what I'm saying. But I know they're good. So that's why, if I gotta buy metallics, I would rather be a brand name that I am familiar with. You know? And does the really shitty move of making my my Christmas wish list using Amazon links. It's not super polite, but it's my neurodivergent way of desperately trying to tell Mom that just buy exactly this, so at least, like, your money won't be wasted, you know? Like the glass pen that I showed you guys, I'm pretty sure it's acrylic because it's pretty light for glass in my opinion. That I just showed you guys. It came with a whole set of what was supposed to be glittering inks. But it was so bad. That, like, it was so bad I had to throw them out afterwards. The bottles would leak horribly after opening them. The ink itself was... like, ink is supposed to be liquid, but this was like too liquid. It would feather at nothing. And you couldn't keep it glittering. Like I said, like the ink was pure water that the glitter in it couldn't stay suspended in it. Like there was no bonding agent. Like they put color in it. I don't know if it was pigment or dye. Dye as in color dye, Twitch, YouTube. I am not enticing anybody to do anything. I am so tired of constantly having to explain everything I say. And yeah, I had to throw them out, and honestly, that was a waste. I couldn't work with them, like, at all. I can still kind of work with the Parmesan paints, but I just don't, just because I cannot stand the smell. So it also counts as a waste of money. And that's just sad, because Mom meant well. She wants to help. And Mom is in that period of her life that whenever I try to explain why something she did is not helping, she thinks I think the worst of her, and that is not it. And I don't mean that in a manipulative way, because she's not the type to go, well, I did all that for you and you're never thankful, and that is not Mom at all. She just takes it really personally. And she shouldn't. But honestly, she's pretty great. Speaking of, I can hear Mom talking, so they're back home. They had went out to take a look at some tires in another town. And of course, where I live, another town can be 6 hours away like it can be 15 minutes away. So... all together now. I'm the opposite. I usually buy my mom her painting supplies and support her with her hobby, and it's amazing watching her skills improve day by day. Yes, it is. Honestly, I don't even have time. Oh yeah, didn't miss the line art. Hi, Joel. I don't even have time to buy Mom stuff for hobbies because, like I said, she is addicted to Wish. So whenever she has a hobby, because, yeah, as I said in this comic, we all have ADHD. She will buy every single thing she can. And well, I would like her to use her stuff before I even consider buying her some, so yeah. My mom is a pretty good painter herself. But she doesn't paint anymore. So because we don't have easels in the house, there's mine, and then there's Roxanne's that she didn't bring to her house. I mean, it's your house. If your main hobby is watching TV, like, why don't you put the easel in the living room, a little bit of newspaper on the floor, then you can paint and then watch TV a little bit and paint and watch TV, or just do what I do, listen to the TV while you work, you know? Joel, I asked this question earlier. Now that you're here and I know you're a fellow artist, what is something artistically speaking that you want to push? And I mean that like this week. Is there a challenge you impose to yourself that there's something you want to work on? Me, I want to push my colors at the moment, and I'm still haven't done it. But I'm waiting on a certain set of special effects paint, and we are going to get right on that. Hopefully, sometimes this week. My main hobby is eating TV shows. That's gotta be hard on the jaw. And expensive. We had Paul earlier that answered that he was designing rooms. So what is it that you want to push artistically this week? How does one eat a TV show, and does it have a required taste? Honestly, I can't think too much. I personally just want to make nice things that appease me. You know what? Good enough. Because what I want to know is if you feel like really challenging yourself, and if you don't feel like it, valid! And honestly, anything that appeases Joel, that's a good thing. I know Joel. Joel is my friend. Anything that calms him the fuck down. I suppose this week, I just want to draw cool stuff with my characters, maybe some comics. Woo, comics! Whatever you decide to do, as long as it's legal and doesn't hurt anybody, I encourage it. I'm all for challenging oneself, but I shouldn't be the one telling people to challenge themselves. Because then, like, if you don't set the goal for yourself because you feel like it, then the whole relaxing part, the whole entertainment out of drawing gets taken out, because now you have homework. But if you feel like, this week, you know what, I feel like playing with my lighting. Or this week I feel like I'm going to draw only turtles. Or this week, you know, like, it has to come from you. And if you don't have a plan, that also comes from you. I mean, you just want to have fun? Have fun. Yes, good. I mean, do you see Udemy anywhere on the overlay? No, I'm not a teacher. I'm not giving you homework. I will give homework to myself because I damn well feel like it. I'm turning myself at 45 degrees again. What the hell? I personally just want to draw for myself this week. Not have to worry about my fans on Instagram. Just me time. It's something I struggle with always. Well, there you go. Just gave yourself homework. See? See how it works? This is gonna sound incredibly mean, but I don't worry about my fans. And by that I mean, I draw what I want to draw. I never worry that people that see my stuff will like or like it, because there's some people that would just dislike everything no matter what you do. So I'm not drawing to please anybody, I am drawing to please myself. Because I am perfectly capable of drawing some pretty epic pieces, but most of the time I feel like shitposting, so I shitpost. And then, when I feel like drawing seriously, it comes out great. Because the important thing is to have fun. It's something... exactly. Besides, if you're worried about your... Grouchy Smurf would dislike your art. Yeah. Grouchy Smurf shows up on my DA once in a while. Fun fact, in French, Grouchy Smurf is known as Schtroumpf Grognon, and that's adorable. Plus, if you worry about your fans on Instagram or on social media, you're not really worried about your fans, you're worried about pleasing the algorithm. If you post regularly and often enough, the algorithm will show your stuff to your fans. Because your fans will always be happy if they're your fans, and not just fans of some of the stuff you draw. Because I draw a lot of fan art, so of course I'm going to get fans of these characters. But if they're really your fans, they're gonna be okay with you not posting sometimes, but they're always going to be happy to see you come back, you know? Hey, you're right, I shouldn't worry anymore, just draw for me and only me. Yeah. Because it feels to me, and that is only my opinion, if you start thinking, will my fans like this? Do you still have your old Smurfs toys? No. Whatever I have left is in the attic. I know all my plushes, I still have all my Smurf plushes in the attic. Oh, Shiro, I have a question. Go ahead, Lion. But my figurines, I think I only have like, I had a big collection, but I think I only have like 2 or 3 left, and that's also in the attic. Probably in the trunk where I put my Barbie stuff. What are your thoughts about Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow the Hedgehog in the next Sonic movie? I have 0 thoughts. This is gonna come as a shock. I'm a Mario person. This is supposed to be Luigi, but, you know, chroma screen. And I don't super follow Sonic news. The last of the Smurficans. Like, I don't watch a lot of movies to begin with. Plus, on top of that, I did not see any of the Sonic movies. I have seen both Mario movies because, once again, Mario. Like, I'm just looking around the room and just looking at all my my Luigi collectibles. I have a couple Mario things, but not as much as I have Luigi's. Shiro hates Sonic. Unfollow. I do not hate Sonic. From what I've seen on Shitter, if I hated Sonic, I would be a Sonic fan, because woo, there's a lot of complaining going on. Like, literally, I do have a Game Gear. I do have Sonic. I'm not sure if it's Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 for it, but I have a Sonic game for it. I've played a bunch of Sonic games during the Genesis era. I'm just not a Sonic person. I'm not a Sonic fan, but I do not hate Sonic. What about Asterix toys? Do you have any? I have no Asterix toys. My brother used to have some, and of course they all vanished. He was terrible on his toys. Shiro is pro Eggman. Will you stop with the Sonic propaganda? I haven't watched them either, but I'm curious to see how it will sound. Yeah, you think Keanu Reeves, you think, like, really laid back and calm. I have not watched a Keanu Reeves movie in forever, but you don't get the horse Batman voice you associate with Shadow, so I don't know. And honestly, modern Asterix toys are either Playmobil or ridiculously expensive, so I don't have any Asterix toys. I'm more of a Shadow and Metal Sonic fan myself. Valid. What I do have of merch of Asterix besides the books. Hang on. Just gotta back up a little bit. Ooh, nice, I get to stretch. I do remember that I had, in the little figures department, I do remember that I used to have Lucky Luke, his dog Rotten-Plan, I don't know the names in English, and 2 versions of all the Daltons, in their green suits and in their prison garb. Just gonna put that to the big webcam real quick. This is what I have of merch of Asterix and Obelix. The cardstock displays of Le Papyrus de César that I, to put it politely, I forced the local library to give me because I would go there every day after the book came out and ask them, can you give it to me yet? Can you give it to me yet? Can you give it to me yet? Can you get... So after about 3 or 4 months of that, the owner got tired of me and gave me the displays. I'm nothing if not patient. Shiro would let Froggy drown while Big the cat cried. Would you stop? You're gonna get in trouble! Like, literally, the most recent Sonic game I played was Sonic and Knuckles. That's, because once again, the Genesis did not belong to me, it belonged to my brother. And by that time, we were living in different houses, because my brother is actually my cousin, we were raised by da-ba-da-bum. And I gave to you saying, here, take them, just stop coming here. No, sadly enough, they didn't stop me from going there because I actually spent a lot of money there. Crap, they're always the first one there when there's a new Asterix book. I can't kick them out. They I always leave with a book. I can't. And I guess I'll do the same when I visit Shiro and ask them if I can have their Asterix standees. Yeah, you're not getting them. Will you take me to Asterix Euroland? I can barely afford to go check the mail. That's how far my mailbox is. Probably doesn't know there is actually an Asterix theme park. But it's all the way in France. It would be nice to go. You spend money at the library? It's not the library, it's the bookstore. Igeminit. And of course, because I live in Quebec, the comic section of the bookstore is either translated manga or European hardcovers. When they do have American comics, it's always collected editions translated in French. Because English is illegal here! Oh, I do know, that's why I'm asking. If I ever win the lottery, I'll take you. I don't play the lottery, but you never know. Where there's a will, I hope I'm in it. And why did you call it a library? Well, that's because I'm French. In French, a bookstore is a librairie. A library is a bibliothèque. That's why. You gotta get mad at the English language. You want another one? A cake in French is gâteau. A cat in Spanish is gato. And don't get me started on biblioteca y libreria. Yeah, pay attention in Duolingo. Do you? Gonna come here and disrespect me on my own live stream? I used to get my Asterix books at Midtown Comics, but guess they realized, oh, nobody cares about these books, so we'll stop selling them. Well, I think the last ones that you got had... that's the name of that in English! The Sky is Falling, isn't it? And that was the last of the Uderzo books. After that was the Conrad books, and of course, real fan, it's not the same. The man is dead. He handpicked Conrad to draw after him. Shut the fuck up, just be glad you got books. This is where I side-eyed Moulin Sar. Something tells me that if I were to move to Quebec, I'd fit in just fine. Then decided, nah, I'll just order them on Amazon. Easier. Filtrated Lion, do you speak French? I do not remember if you told me if you do or if you are French. As stated in this comic, I have terrible memory. I have ADHD. The Sky is Falling is the one I haven't got yet. Is the one that's up next. Yeah. It's an acquired taste. I mean, I have the book. It's only because I collect them seriously. And by seriously, I mean I need to have at least one of each. It doesn't have to be the collector's edition, because the collector's edition, they're $100 a pop. And I believe that'll truly be the end of my Asterix book collection. Oh, you don't want the Conrad ones? I mean, it's a choice. Like I say, there's no obligation. You're not collecting them to please me, you're collecting them to please you. But if you want to stop with just the Uderzo books, perfectly fine. No, my second language is Spanish. Yeah. You're gonna, if you ever decide one day out of the blue to move to Quebec, you're gonna want to learn French, because they're going to make you learn French real fast. I am not kidding. If I remember well, in the latest changes to the immigration laws, you have 6 months to learn enough French to communicate, or else they kick you out. That is a real thing, and I absolutely hate it, because it's racist and stupid. I said what I said. Like, technically, okay? Technically, according to the laws, technically. The fact that I'm speaking only in English right now is illegal. What I should be doing is talking and then translating everything I say in French. Or best case scenario, there's like a live transcription at the bottom of the screen of what I'm saying in English as I speak solely in French. I'm serious. Same thing for my social medias. I am supposed to be writing in French and then translating everything in English under what I just said. Well, we'll see if Paper Cuts is gonna make more Asterix 3-in-1 books. Well, they got enough. I think Conrad made like 5 books so far. I'm trying to remember. Voyons. De César, but there was one before that, La Fille de Vercingétorix. There's at least... Okay, Les Pictes, Le Papyrus de César, La Fille de Vercingétorix. There's another one with the name of a monster on it. Well, there's at least enough for another 3 books. Le Griffon! Yeah, it just came to me. I'd rather learn French than relearn Spanish, because that took me years to learn since I grew up only speaking English. Have I got good news for you? French and Spanish have the same basis. French and Spanish are both Latin-based languages. English is Germanic-based. So if you know Spanish, learning French should be easier. We get a lot of sentence structures in common. Some words are the same. Some words are frankly different. And like the whole genderized object thing, same in French. So if you learn una mesa, it's the same thing, une table. Man, that accent I just said just now, that was like I was channeling Gabriel Iglesias when he's making fun of white people speaking Spanish. Because, yeah, we totally sound like that. That was not sarcasm. Like, my pronunciation can only go so far, seeing as I'm learning through Duolingo. At least it's not Peggy Hill level, so there's that. Uno minuto por favor. Oh, I just gave myself goosebumps and not the right ones. But yeah, if you learn Spanish, you already got a decent base to learn French. And then you show up in Quebec, Salut tabarnak, comment tu vas mon chum? Then you're like, what? That's not what Duo taught me on the app. It's alright, Shiro, you sound alright. Not gonna lie, I won't likely want to learn curse words first. Okay. French ones and Quebec ones are different ones. Like, Quebec ones are either, fuck. We say a lot of fuck. Fuck can be a noun, a verb, a compliment, a compliment. The second type of swear words that you will learn in Quebec French are religious. And that will include Chris, Calice, Tabarnak, and Esti. If the Quebecer you're talking to is old, he will probably throw in a little Jésus Marie Joseph in there. For those who are not familiar with these words, Tabarnak is based off the tabernacle, Chris is based off of Christ, Calice is based off chalice, and Hostie is that little wafer thing that they give you when you go up to the priest. We'll either pronounce it as a curse Hostie or Esti, but Hostie with an H, that's the little wafer. And you can't say I'm not educational. But this is also why my streams are usually rated 18 plus. So far I'm in a great mood, so I don't really have a reason to cuss. But now you know. Also, personally, I find it a little hypocrite of us to complain so much about the English language that we literally practically outlaw it. Sure, you're gonna get demonetized. I'm not monetized, that's why I can go ahead and say whatever the fuck I want. I'm free, nothing stops me. I only have like 200 subscribers on YouTube and I don't know how many on Twitch. Like, they're not gonna want to monetize me. You need to be big before they even decide to monetize me. I need like 1,000 subscribers to start getting monetized on YouTube. And I've been doing this for years, and I'm only recently up to 200. Which, by the way, thank you guys. Like and subscribe. I gotta... You sound alright. I sound alright for a white person. I mean, genetically speaking, I'm First Nation. I'm Native American. But, like, you can tell I was not raised on the reservation. Sure, we're gonna get canceled again. Yeah, I'm waiting on that. Why has it not happened yet? I am very problematic. Yeah, it took me a while to get a good blue. I mean, don't groom minors are not too problematic. I get all quiet on the set vibes up there, up here. The only thing I encourage kids to do is more art. I cannot stress how not attracted to kids I am. Like, no, thank you. And you know what's scary? People are going to get that clip out, and then some moms are going to be offended that I don't find their kids attractive. Just watch. I am going to need a stiff tea after this, just imagining trying to be attracted to kids. I think I'm going to need a Eno or at least a Pepto-Bismol to get the nausea down. Oh, but there's some seriously twisted people out there. Like, I'm Demi, so already I don't want to groom adults, consenting adults. So, adding kids to... I'm gonna stop talking about this there, because every time I think about it, like, my dinner goes a little bit closer. Long story short, no thank you. I do have kids that come talk to me, and usually I hate this song with the moans. If you're talking about what's playing right now, I'll take your word for it. Because I can't hear the music anymore. So. And Lion is laughing at me going, kids, like I said, there are some kids that come and talk to me sometimes, but like, it's for art. Like, if kids need help about art, then yes, come and talk to me. I will guide you in the right direction, but I'm not gonna try to keep their attention and gain their friendship. Shiro's death confirmed? No, it's the way the music is set up now, so you guys can have an even stream. I can't hear the music anymore because of the way the music is set up, not because I'm deaf. And time to change the subject. Slapbox time. For those who are curious what we are working with right now, this box is for some... you know the zigzaggy part of stairs that are on the side to hold up the actual step of the stairs? That's what's in there. We're doing some outside renovation, so we don't pass clean through. Doesn't look like it, but I'm actually very heavy. I mean, I got like layers and layers of clothes on. So, but I'm actually much heavier than I look. Well, that's why we gotta change the stairs regularly. From constant use, at least with these metal fittings, the stairs are bound to last a little longer than they usually do. Shiro, if you're heavy, lose some weight. I can't. The thing is, when I exercise, apparently my body decides I'm going to convert everything into muscle, and that's why I'm heavy. Shiro, it's true that you're scared of Mr. Rossetti. I am not scared of Mr. Rossetti. Especially not modern Mr. Rossetti, because they calmed down all the angrier characters over the years. And like, I have the GameCube version of Animal Crossing, so I have met Mr. Rossetti at his Rossettiest. This was a fun dough, Sharon. Your comic looks awesome. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for the typo. I'm going to laugh it for weeks. And remember, I'm gonna want to see photos of the rooms you make. I want to see the plans. I want to see the inspiration board. I'm interested. Like, I've resetted the game enough, on purpose, to get to the point where Rossetti pretends he reboots the game. Because he's big mad. Too many fun expressions. I do believe I had forgotten this little thingy here, so let's fill in the little thingy there. We're going to do it by hand, because it is useless trying to use the paint bucket here, because I need to pass behind and fill in all those little points. Can you crack your knuckles on screen? Let me see. Let me see if I have enough air. Ah, there we go. That's what we got for now. I don't know if you guys heard that because my microphone is way over there. Let's put the white back on, see. Looks okay. Let's get the washi out. Washi, washi, washi. Got some backgrounds for my comic. Fun fact, you can set your panels as individual drawing areas. As in, the panel will have its own white background, and then when you draw inside it, nothing gets out. The reason I don't do that is then I lose track of all my layers. Whereas the way I do it, I have one layer for inks instead of 4, one layer for colors instead of 4, and I don't have to constantly go back and forth. Made my day, thank you. No thank you to the sharing of your fetish, Todney. any of you understand that reference, we can be friends. I got back just at the end. Hello again, Coco! Were you napping? Were you cooking? Usually when you go away for a while, you're cooking. Had to run out for some milk. Ah, see? Related. Alright, let's take a little last look-see. See if we got this right. Oh, and because you came back, now we have 6. This is the most people we've had on stream right now. We have 6 watchers right now, so yay! Thank you. Yeah, we're good for today. Someone make a milk-related pun. Gotta have moo juice. Ugh. Hooray! So we're done. So you guys know what that means. We are going straight to the end card. And as usual, with every end of stream, we gotta give extra special caramel drizzle gold fleck thanks to our supporters on various platforms. Ember B, Paul K, Miss Enovis, Sir E, Othered, Carl Bloke, Takahashi, Kanako, and Bedat Multiplayers. Your continued support is immensely appreciated. Next live stream, of course, going to be next Sunday on the 20th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I had a lot of fun drawing it. And yay, we got 6 viewers today. Maybe we'll get 6 viewers again next week. I love you all, and bye-bye.